Raise your hand if you want to get in. Who is this? Let's Get It. Yeah, let's talk to Let's Get It. Let's Get It. Hop on and turn your microphone on. All right, Let's Get It.
Yeah, what's up, brother? I'm Dre out of Chicago.
Hey, how you doing, Dre?
Doing all right, bro. Hey,
what's on your mind?
So speaking of being on code, there's a lot of people who not really on code, such as the feathered black folk who think that we not from Africa and that we originally from here. I think you know who I'm talking about. Like, we got that brother Dane Calloway on YouTube spitting, giving all this misinformation. How do you feel about that? This dude and other feathered black folk going around saying like, oh, black people are indigenous to North America and that they are not from, that their descendants are not African or they weren't slaves. What's your take on that?
Now, as far as Dane's video, I haven't seen Dane's videos. I haven't watched his videos. Now, some people claiming indigenous status, let's be clear, there are black indigenous people. Let's be very clear. Mm-hmm. There are black people who are indigenous to this land. This has been completely proven many, many times by many archaeologists, many writers, many historians, many experts.
Right.
There's no doubt about it. There are black people who are indigenous here. There's some black people straight up and down have been black for thousands of years in North America. That is true. I say black people who were in slavery, they did mix in with the black people who were brought over from Africa because you were on plantations. You couldn't mix in with anybody else except the people on the plantation. Also, after Jim Crow, we further mixed in with the people who were sent to segregated communities, which were black people. So eventually, we did mix with brothers and sisters from the African diaspora. That's fact. Right. There were no black indigenous places anymore after slavery, or really during slavery, because they cut that off too. But when people say that they are black indigenous, they're not completely incorrect with that. So let's be very clear. We've been told that every black person over here was brought over on a slave ship. That is not true. When they talk about Native Americans, we've been taught the only Native people are these red-skin-looking people. Mm-hmm. That's not true. There's so many documents. I want people to go look up the Wall of Warriors down there in I want to say it's in Mexico. It shows you how some of the indigenous people down there look. You have some lighter skinned Aboriginal people and you have some of the dark skinned Aboriginal. I mean, these people would make paintings all over South, North, and Central America. A lot of stuff was destroyed here, but down in Central America and South America, the stuff that they couldn't destroy is still there. A lot of the stuff, the murals that's in some of those pyramids down there, they weren't able to destroy those things because a lot of those murals were covered up by the brush and the jungle and the forest. So the white supremacists didn't see them to destroy them. Also, those big ass Olmec statues, they were buried underground. So the white supremacists didn't get a chance to destroy them. So a lot of the stuff that didn't get destroyed, it tells the truth. So let's be clear, there were black people who were indigenous, especially in California. Up and down California, you had tribes of black people, the Mojave tribe, the Ohlone tribe, who look like African tribes. They look like African people. And this is very well documented. So the Dane Callaways and other people who hold on to that ideology, they're not inaccurate. But I say, based on history, that we did mix in with African brothers and sisters who were brought over because we're forced to. We had to. We were all looked at as the same group. And even in the documents, they started using terms like Negro, Indian, and Moor interchangeably, especially in Virginia. You can look some of this stuff up. They just used it interchangeably. They said, look, if there's a Negro, Indian, or Moor, enslave all of them. They're just going to be the same person. And that's what happened. They just kind of mixed us all in the same group. So I say most black people in America have indigenous ancestry. So that's a fact. That makes sense, brother?
Yeah, that makes sense, but it's to the point where that, like, even with the Olmec statues, right, one thing that he does is that he'll take the image of a black person and compare that Olmec statue, Olmec statue to a black person and say, this is verifiable proof that black folk were here. But you can do the same thing with, redskin or Latino folk with those statues, and they look just like them. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not the only people, with those features, the big noses and big lips. You know what I'm saying? We're not the only race with that. So
those who do have it were the ones who got black mixed in with them. Understand, down there in Mexico, Mexico was a damn black satellite. Basically, you had slavery down in Mexico. There were a lot of black people down in Mexico, heavy, and in South America, and Central America. So of course they're gonna have those black classical black features. A lot of the Latinos in Mexico, this whole lightening up thing, that's kind of a recent phenomenon. Them lightening up like that, that happened like mid to late 1800s when they started to kind of lighten it up a little bit, and they got that medular la raza, meaning improve the race mentality. They got that in the 1920s. So even in Puerto Rico, they got on that medular la raza, lighten up the race, improve the race later on. Okay, so understand all of these places, the Olmecs, there's no doubt about that these were black skinned people. I've been down there, I've seen the real statues, the ones with them big ass lips and afro and big ass noses. No, these were straight up black. It's not even no. And I've been down to the Bone and Pack murals where they got the black skinned people with dreadlocks thousands of years ago. So it's not even up for debate at this point.
But do you agree that even those people who were down there, those black folk who were already in North America for thousands of years, that even they originally came from Africa, right?
Well, everybody came from Africa.
Right, exactly. And that's what they ain't trying to say that the first peoples was here, and that the whole out of Africa theory is false, and that so
we have to holler at him about that. That I don't know, but all people came from Africa. From my research,
and I agree with that.
Right. But here's the thing: because everybody came from Africa, we are the only group who's supposed to still claim it. Other groups are not. They're okay if they don't claim it because they've gone around the world, created their own culture, and everything is good except when it comes to us. Like the people from New Guinea, they become their own culture, and they look like an African tribe. The black people in Australia, they're very dark-skinned people, but they have their own ethnic identity. The people in the Melanesia and in Fiji, these people walk around black skin with afros, but they have their own cultural identity. The original Hawaiians, I ain't talking about the Asian looking Hawaiians. The original Hawaiians were very black skinned people with afros. They have their own identity. Even in the Caribbean, Jamaicans are not required to call themselves African Jamaicans. They're just Jamaicans. They created their own culture based on their circumstances and geography. But us, foundational Black Americans, we're the only group who we've not been in Africa for centuries, but we're still told that we have to claim that instead of our own identity, which we have. We have our own cultural identity. But we're shamed into not looking at our own identity because we've been forced to say, okay, you're African, so we can be on the same level as immigrant groups. That's why that's been forced on us. We've been told, don't look at yourself as a distinct group. You have to look at yourself as a foreign group to this land so you can be comparative to Asian Americans, to Hispanic Americans, to Arab Americans. So that was the con game that they ran on us. So we're figuring out the con game. And we're saying, no, we are a distinct ethnic group as foundational Black Americans. We haven't been in Africa in centuries. So of course we're going to have cultural differences. They know that. Brothers and sisters who come over here, they look at us as different. Even in the Caribbean, they look at us as different from the Caribbean. They call us Yankees and Akatas and all of this stuff. So it's okay when they look at us as a different group when it's negative. But when we look at ourselves as a different group and put a positive connotation on it, now people are like, hey, wait a minute, hey, because now people can't eat off us no more. You see? So now people have to bring something to the table. Now we can't sit up here and toe the line for everybody. We do all the hard work while everybody's shooting and just kind of breezing through. So it should have been like this a long time ago, to be honest.
I got you.
All right, brother. But thank you for the call, sir.
No problem.
All right. Okay. Very good, interesting conversations tonight. Who is this lady right here with the motorcycle? What's up, Miss Just Cakes? Her name is Cakes. Let me get Cakes on here. Cakes the rider. She's one of these. She rides motorcycles. What's up, Cakes? What's up, Cakes? What city you in, dear?
Actually, I'm from Chicago. I'm really from Chicago.
Oh. But where you live now?
Oh, I'm still there. I'm just talking about the last caller. He wasn't authentic.
Oh, okay. Okay. What do you think about the last caller?
I think he, like I said, I don't think he's authentic. I'm from Chicago. I'm from the west side of Chicago. I live down south too. Then while he was talking, I was just scrolling through his page, and yeah, he ain't a real one.
Oh, what was he saying? What's on his page?
Well, outside of the porn and stuff like that, he was just saying that you and the right winger talking points about Biden and stuff like that just look real sus.
Oh, he was saying, okay, are we not?
About the crack pipe.
If y'all got, okay, yeah, if y'all say something on your page, don't get on, say that here.
Fact.
Yeah, nigga, yeah, get on here and say it with your chest. Yeah, thank you for looking out. I didn't.
No
if I had known that, I would have put them on.
No problem.
Thank you, Cakes. Yeah, I would have. I didn't know the brother was talking greasy on his page. No. If y'all come here, man, have that same energy. Have that same energy, bro. Say that shit from your chest. Yeah, don't come around here bussy popping. No, brother.